Hello, I'm Jashykins, and welcome to another one of my vlog reviews. And it's been a little while, but for one thing, I've been catching up because I was a week at Rev Resner's house, and then the fact is that I had other things to do, and while these vlogs don't take long to film, I take a little bit of time at looking at boards on IMDb for some of these, for all of these. And so I just want to focus on certain things. Like for a little bit it was editing the Let's Play of Mario Kart Wii. But anyways, tonight, I'm here to review the latest Doctor Who episode as of the recording of this video, of course. The Doctor Who episode, The Rings of Akhaten. Oh. And all in all, this was a decent episode. It had a basic premise of, the Doctor showing Clara the time and space, timey-wimey, and going to a different planet. And then, of course, bad shit happens, and it's up to those two to resolve it. And it's always sort of funny when, like, a companion, like, the Doctor asks the companion, hey, where do you want to go? And it's always, I want to sort of reply, it doesn't matter where we're going, we're always going to, end up in some bad shit. And of course, where I want to go, the weirder this shit is going to be. So, this time the big bad was an alien that has people sacrifice others to it so it can keep feeding. And it's sort of, I was like, I swear I sort of seen this thing before. It's like, it's not exactly the same, but it gave me a sense of sort of deja vu. And someone, I think on IMDb, one of the reviews there talked about it being a redo of a past episode, like Satan's Pit or something. They go deep down to this planet, and the Doctor ends up speaking to the Beast, and one part, it's fucking weird, and the one guy's like sort of possessed, and he gets all these symbols over him. It's sort of, the Lazarus Pit, I fucking can't remember the episode name, but I believe it was a two-parter. Well, that's a lot of help. But yeah, someone pointed that out to me, and like, that's why it sort of seems familiar. Now, let's talk with hey, let's start with the good points. I was going to say bad points, but let's go with the really good thing I liked about this episode was that the end of last episode, we got this, like, the Doctor asking about the leaf in Clara's little book, and Clara says, that's not a leaf, that's page 1, and like at the end of that episode, I was like, what the hell does that mean? And I like that this episode started off with that question being answered. I'm like, I know it's very small, very minor, but I'm just so glad it was answered so fucking quickly. And I guess to some, Clara's love of her mother might be a little creepy, and that the book she has is basically all sort of a scrapbook. And I can sort of understand her carrying it around, because her mother obviously held a very special place in her heart, and she lost her mother at a very early age. So to me, that's not really creepy, that's just who she is. It's not like she's going to be turning into Norman Bates anytime soon. Anyways, one of those sort of confusing points I had in this episode was the character of Mary, the little alien girl that was supposed to be sacrificed. at certain points, she acted like she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know that she was actually going to be a sacrifice. But at other points, it seemed like she either had inkling or she knew what was going to happen. I mean, little pieces of dialogue here and there were sort of confusing. I was like, what? I mean, you make up your mind, but it wasn't so big, but it was minor and it was just bugging me. I mean, did she know or didn't she? And if she did, that would definitely explain why everyone viewing the ceremony was so calm when things went awry, aka went as they were supposed to, because they knew that this was just a way to keep their god satisfied, and so it's like, no big deal. And that would explain why the girl was so scared running around at the beginning of the episode, because she isn't afraid about messing up the song, she's afraid about fucking dying, and that would much better explain her fear. But that would also turn her into a lying asshole. Or, I don't know, maybe she was trying to Clara like, yeah, it's just me singing, it has nothing about me dying. So, she might have been trying to calm Clara. That's what I'm trying to say. And the big bad, of course, was a parasitic planet. And the doctor, actually, Clara thought up a clever way to defeat this being. Because the doctor had first thought that, grandfather, aka the god, was, the little vampire thing in the glass, when it was really, as the doctor said, an alarm clock. To tell people, hey, I'm coming to town. I'm going to eat everyone. But the doctor tries to defeat this parasitic alien by giving the parasite an overload of memories, because I think now he's maybe 1,000 years old, because I think there was dialogue in this episode. Please correct me, Whovians, if I am wrong. I bow to your genius. Even though I'm one of you, I'm definitely not the one that goes, okay, this means this date and blah blah blah. You people are awesome. But so the doctor's thinking of overflowing the parasite with all these memories. Doesn't work. But Clara offers the parasite a leaf, and the leaf was long story short, the leaf that made it so that her mother and father met. But the leaf falling and dying, as she said, it could have gone so many different ways, so this is something that this is a representation of what could be. The would-haves, should-haves, etc. And so the parasite eating that ate too much, because it was an infinite source of food, and therefore it killed it. So that's how the episode ends, but the doctor, of course, won't say that he met Clara twice already, and she died both times. And so the doctor really comes off as sort of stalkerish to Clara, because she says, because she thinks that there was another woman. That the doctor's only showing interest in her because he's reminded of someone else. And so the Clara's like, hey, I'll come with you, I'll travel through time, that's fucking cool. But you can't use me to replace someone else. And one other interesting thing to note before I end this here is that the TARDIS does not like Clara for whatever reason. The TARDIS won't let her in. And there was one interesting theory on IMDb that, you know, take it or leave it. But it was interesting to bring up that the TARDIS might not like her because the Grey Intelligence has sort of made, I guess, sort of clones of Clara to lead the Doctor into certain situations. And so the TARDIS doesn't like Clara because of that. But in canon, from what we can tell, it's just something's up. Or is the TARDIS jealous of Clara? But then why doesn't it hate Riversong? Because Riversong and the Doctor are sort of married. Although it doesn't look like they really act like a married. It's like saying, okay, they're married, but they're not together, they don't go on dates, and she's going in time this way, and he's going in time that way. It's like a really fucking confusing marriage there. Hello everyone who decided to click on this video and they haven't watched any Doctor Who before. But long story short, the Doctor Who episode, The Rings of Akhaten, was decent. Not one of the best episodes, but I think really the highlight for me was when Clara defeats the parasite with a leaf, because it was very clever, because mind you, the leaf is not a leaf. The leaf represents something so much more, and that's what ends up killing the parasite. Also, the sort of framing when you're looking, you know, towards the parasite, and all you can see is like this black and basically a shadow form of the Doctor. I love that effect. That was so fucking awesome. Anyways, I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you want to contact me for any reason, you can do so at Facebook, at facebook.com/jashykins fan page. Yes, that is not my personal Facebook, but hey, I'm not giving out my personal Facebook to anyone. I'm not an idiot. Anyways, my Twitter account is jashykins. My Tumblr, the main Tumblr, is jashykins.tumblr.com. And if you're viewing this on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, yada yada yada. If you're viewing this on my blog, hi, thank you just for watching. Comment below, share, and hey, now that you're on my blog, explore. And now I really have to get on, you know, just doing the whole big table of contents thing on my Tumblr, and then I'll link to it on my blog, so people that are like, I want to look up this or that, they can easily do that on the table of contents. I'll maybe try to do alphabetical order. Make things a lot fucking easier. And hey, until next video, goodbye.